get into this. Yo, today, as you know, the first day of the offseason for a lot of teams. The last day of the regular season was yesterday. The Black Monday. This is when a lot of these coaches get fired. We already know about Matt Rule and Frank Reich that got fired earlier in the year, and then also Nathaniel Hackett. But recently, and more importantly, today, another coach was fired, Cliff Kingsbury of the Arizona Cardinals. He was the one that took the axe. He was out. Lovie Smith also got fired from the Texans. And Janae, talk to me about it, man. Well, first of all, which one are you surprised about?
None. Not surprised at any of the coaches that got released. It's a sad situation, but each of these coaches had horrible seasons, and the situation between Murray and Kingsbury, it just sucks. It just somebody had to, like you said, fall on the knife. He just had to fall on the knife. So I'm not really surprised. It just had to go that way.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this, and you guys might think I'm crazy, but that Lovie Smith firing out of Houston, I understand they were terrible. They played, their record shows it did the most Texans thing ever because they had the number one pick and then ended up giving it away to the daggone Chicago Bears. So I thought that you had some things that were looking good. They played y'all great. They didn't give up throughout the season and were able to win some games late, most notably over the Titans. Like, I thought they maybe give him one more year, give him one more draft. I mean, this guy's the guy that got the Bears in the Super Bowl.
That's true. That's very true.
You know what I mean? I just didn't think he should have got the axe so soon, but I get the record. I mean, you can't explain what, 2-3-1, 3-2-1, 3-12-1.
It was bad. It was bad. It was really bad. So I don't know what it was, but they got to start with the coaching from the top down. Kyler Murray will have input on the next coach. Absolutely. I think you will, because they got to get along, and clearly they cussing each other out on the field.
Right.
It wouldn't have worked. It already got exposed right then and there. Like, so when there's controversy, and if it doesn't work next year, then everybody's going to be assuming, why didn't you get rid of the coach, or why didn't you get rid of Murray? But they just paid Murray, so he can't go nowhere. Lose.
See, that's the thing. She said, not a chance, Kate Alverson. Yeah, look, it is a lose-lose because it's on one side, we all know, Anthony, some of those guys, they call him the angry toddler. So it's like he's a little spoiled brat crying to the administration. But even in the offseason, he had taken down all the stuff on social media. He wasn't trying to have anything to do with Arizona, but clearly they chose him over the head coach. I don't necessarily know if the head coach was the main problem, but like you said, we'll see now. If he struggles with somebody new, then I think it's safe to say it is Kyler, and he's got to get that thing together.
Yeah, most definitely. So we will see. I mean, now there's no excuses. They got rid of the coach, whoever they bring in. Let's see if Kyler can get along with that one. The Texans have a good team to work with, but the ownership maybe have the issue with
Yeah, and people don't want to come there. People do not want to go there to play. I mean, I don't want to say it's a place where careers die. You know what I mean? But you look at Brandon Cooks, who was doing everything in his power to get out of there by the trade deadline.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they got some young, fresh talent, and maybe they can get it together. But as long as they're living under that Deshaun Watson cloud, and hopefully it's starting to move on, it's going to be rough.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be rough.
It's going to be rough.
But now look, that's the way Black Monday goes, Sean. That's how Black Monday goes.
Oh, yeah. Now, there is a name that was not on that list, and I think it was because we got it done yesterday. A lot of talk has been coming out about Ron Rivera needing to be on this list and take the axe. Thankfully, in my opinion, I say thankfully he's still here. We'll see what happens in the near future, but a lot of what's going on with us is directly connected to the owner.
Yeah,
if Dan Snyder's out, they might potentially bring in some new coach to kind of, new owner, new coach, they want their own thing. But if Dan Snyder stays, I think he's going to keep our guy, Ron Rivera. My issue is that our offensive coordinator, Scott Turner, he's got to go because we're predictable.
Yeah. Yeah. But, Sean.
Talk to me.
I think that you should get rid of him. He was not winning when it came to the end of the Panthers. He has not won with you guys. The problem is Washington is known to just hold the freak on. You gotta let go. Listen, if McVay gets out there, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to miss an opportunity to get.
If one of those, if we have a chance at one of those guys, okay, let's cross that bridge when it comes. But as of right now, we don't have a chance for that. And even more than that, I get it, okay? Each of the first 3 years of his first 3 years, we started off terrible. 1-4 this year. I think we were 1-6 the 2020 year, and last year wasn't great either. But in the middle of the season, somehow he gets us charged. 4-game win streak last year. This year we were 5-3-1. He gets us going.
And then it crashes. It's fit. Aren't you tired of it trying to play catch up and then try to sustain and then it doesn't work at the end? Aren't you tired of it? I know he's a good guy. We all love Rivera. We love him. But it's not working.
Listen.
You got so much faith in the players, which I understand. But it ain't coming. Okay. You wonder what's happening, like why they do certain things. It's Rivera. It's his team.
Look.
No, you love him.
Okay, I will say this. Yes, and we say this on Washington Football Weekly. Roster construction, how we put our roster together, definitely leaves a lot to be desired because there's a lot of pieces that we didn't fill in, namely linebacker. We needed a linebacker coming into the draft last year, and we did not fill that in. We went with 2 of our older guys, and that was been a huge issue. We have a tremendously young secondary. We have a lot of guys that are in there, are rookies, that are first-year guys getting that first crack at it. And then our O-line. I mean, I can't say anything else. Like, our O-line has been in and out. We've gone through 3 different centers, couple guards. We moved guys around. Adam, Norwell and Trey Turner that we brought in a year ago have not lived up to expectations. They've had moments, but they have not been great. And at the end of the day, in the 3-year tenure, we've had 8 quarterbacks, Janae. 8
Who
quarterbacks.
Is the coach? Who picks the quarterback? Who is the coach of the team?
We found the one, so we don't have to worry about it anymore.
No, but Sean, I got to put a pin in that. I want you to think back. Not too long ago, Sean. Ladies and gentlemen, I need y'all to listen to this. Not too long ago, my boy Sean was hype. Hype about a kid who came in at the last second, started looking good at the very end of the season, then played that kid another season and it failed. Thinking it was going to work again and it failed.
The recipe for success.
Excitement. You give the 1 game excitement, and yes, it was a good game against a good team.
Against our rivals.
But y'all put it up to Tampa Bay that year, right? Y'all put it up to the very end. You get excited over these short-term quarterbacks. I don't think Sam Howell's going to be your guy. I mean, you got it's same style as Heineke.
Let him know. Who won the game? We won the game.
Oh,
let's go.
God.
Let's go.
God.
But look, I will say this. When it comes to our offseason, I'm not going to dive too much into this. If they give him that, because we have a tendency of firing coaches after 2 or 3 years. So if we're going to give him the 5 years, I say this. Because we're obviously not keeping Carson Wentz.
Absolutely.
That's $28 million that we're going to recoup. Let's sit here and put money into our O-line. Put money into our linebacking core, our secondary. Let's build depth. And we might have to suffer another year of mediocrity. But I feel like if we can start building up around these quarterbacks and see who we have, if it doesn't work, 2024, we go in the draft and we wipe it all clean and we start over. But I'm willing to go 1 more year because, look, Janae, before Ron came, we didn't sniff the playoffs. 2 times we've been in the playoff hunt, and once we were in the playoff. A year ago, even though you guys destroyed us and the rest of the division destroyed us, last year, at the end of November, we had a shot. We were 6-6. and then lost next 4. But still,
this was not a regular year, Sean. How many years people gonna get into the playoffs with 8-8? This was not a regular. This was your year to squeak in there. It was your year to take advantage of a mediocre score. Sam Howell, I want you to settle down your spirit. I see the excitement. I see all the excitement from Washington fans because he did it. He did it. But what does it get you? What does it get you?
I believe, Janae. I believe. All right,
I got the curse of the quarterbacks, man. It's not going to work. Sam Howell may be able to succeed somewhere else, but he's not going to do it in Washington.
We shall see. Yo, is there anybody else that that might potentially be on the chopping block?
It does seem like McVay is thinking about leaving, right?
I have heard a lot of that.
And McVay is thinking about leaving, which is crazy.
I can't. Yeah.
And maybe something going on in the front office. I don't really see a coach kind of like just leaving. They've only been together not long.
Years. But they just won the Super Bowl. They just won. Why are you trying to go?
It's a little weird. They haven't really talked too much about it, but
you say he's going to Amazon.
Everybody's going to Amazon, man. Everybody's doing it. But yeah, I mean, I that's the only coach that I know of that they've been talking about. I mean, besides Rivera, there's some coaches that I'm just like, there's coaches out there that borderline, but I do believe in the system of giving them 4 years, at least 4 years. Yeah. So
you got to give them their time to build.
I also feel like if there's a pattern between the last team you came from and the current team you came from.
Well, he did take a team to a Super Bowl. So if I could get a piece of that pattern.
Since then.
If I could get a piece of that pattern, we might be on the right schedule.
We beat Dallas. Cam Newton took them to the Super Bowl. The MVP took them.
I heard he's available. All right.
Just in case y'all need him. I don't know why you ain't picking up the calls.
We might have to do it. We'll see what's up. I mean, we do have our guy. Let's go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have got to move on. That's Black Monday for you.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.